Hi, and welcome to What's Up Williston, the town's monthly TV show where we take a closer look at things going on in the community. I'm your host, Erik Wells. We're back after our October break for election programming here at CCTV. My first guest this month is Williston Chief of Police Patrick Foley. Chief, thanks so much for being on the show this month.
Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me here today.
So you've hit a milestone, just wrapped up your first year as Chief in Williston in October. How was the first year?
It was a challenging year with dealing with the day-to-day issues of law enforcement, but also dealing with numerous vacancies within the agency, and that was a challenge. I had 5 vacancies, and both in patrol and administrative, and it was really, like almost daily looking to try to get the right people for the right positions.
This month, we've got winter times coming up here. And one thing I know the agency's been dealing with a lot this year is motor vehicle accidents in town. And maybe you want to talk about kind of what that's looked like, some of the areas in town where we've seen more crashes and some safety that people should be aware of.
Yeah, what really struck me taking over the position, and it started right off the first 3 months, it seems like every day we're averaging 1 to 5 motor vehicle crashes. Wow. And that's a demand, even though the officers are out there. This last year what I did was I did a study from November 1st of last year, 17, to the end of October of 2018, and we looked at all types of crashes within the Williston area. The good thing is that we don't have many accidents with injuries, but we do have a lot of property damage. And my last count for the last year was 435 crashes reported, of which almost 92% were property damage. So very minor damages, but it's time consuming because we still have to go out there and investigate it. And again, a lot of them are occurring in parking lots. Williston is the second largest retail base in Vermont, so we have numerous box stores, a lot of traffic in and out of there. So that's where the bulk of our accidents are occurring.
What are you seeing for causes of these accidents out there? Is there any trends?
Basically, inattention, not paying attention, not looking. When most of the accidents in the parking lots are, backing out, not paying attention to somebody coming out of a spot and you clip them, pulling into a spot and not just judging the distance between entering a parking spot. So those are the type of accidents we see in the parking lots. On the roads, it's on the travel portion of the roadways, the public ways. Basically, it's we're finding out rear-end collisions. You're not judging the distance between the car in front of you and your vehicle. You're not paying attention. I call it the tunnel vision syndrome, that you're focusing, but you're not focusing the vehicle in front of you. That once there's stoplights, so you got to kind of give some distance. When I'm driving around, I notice people are really close, and all it takes is something jump out in front of a vehicle, and then boom, we have an accident.
And on the distance subject too, winter's coming up here too, and we want to be mindful following distance. You want to give a little more space in the winter, right?
Yeah, what people fail, especially in snowstorms and wet weather. It takes a while for our highway department to get out there. Usually, it starts snowing, you wait to see how things are going, and then all of a sudden you're getting your first accident. Because a lot of times people, and especially if it's a very fine snow, it packs down quick, it becomes ice. So people forget that there's ice. Even though you've got snow tires on your vehicles or season, you still need some distance to stop that vehicle. So you should, once it starts snowing, you should drop your speed at least 5 miles per hour. If it's a 40 zone, go 35 or go 30, 25. Just slow it down a little. It gets you home. It might be a little later, but you're still going to get home in a safe manner.
Yeah, we want people safe roads at safe speeds out there.
Correct.
In the winter time. Any other tips for winter driving for folks?
Well, I think people should make sure their tires are, the thread is proper. Look at your tires, make sure you have the proper thread, make sure you have the proper tires. I notice a lot of vehicles up here have the studded tires, and that's a good way of slowing you down. Make sure you have windshield washer solutions in your vehicles. Make sure you have proper wiper blades to keep your windows. You never know what's going to happen, but make sure you have like a blanket in the car, a flashlight. Make sure your hazards lights work. And make sure your phone is charged. If you're carrying a cell phone, make sure it's charged, because you never know. We have a lot of back roads, and all it takes is an instant when you slide off the road and nobody sees you. And that's been, you see the trends. You read reports about accidents where cars have gone off the road and they don't know where they are, and a day later they find a vehicle and it was too late. So you need that type of security within your vehicle.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like key takeaways here: be prepared in the winter, and a lot of these accidents we've seen in town, just really be mindful while you're driving, pay attention. You got radio, cell phone, all these things that can distract us these days, and focus on driving.
Yeah, and again, if people are coming back from work or going someplace in a hurry, they might be, give yourself that time frame, and get there, leave a little earlier, take your time, and get there in one piece, The other thing is that, we need to look at our intersections, because those outside the parking lot, those are the ones, we're seeing that Taft's Corner is our major public way. We seem to have a lot of accidents, and that's where we have most of our accidents with injuries. In town we have them, they call them smart lights. It's not where you have a solid red on your turning lane, it's a flashing yellow. But you got to make sure there's nobody coming at you in the opposite direction. I think people forget that, well, it's a caution light, I can turn, and forget that there's another vehicle coming at you in that same direction. So focus on that intersection, focus on the travel, the other vehicles, and get home in one piece. Or get where you're going in one piece.
That's a great message for folks out there, just to be aware.
Yes.
Just be aware.
Yes.
Well, shifting gears, one of the other things we wanted to talk about was holiday shopping season's coming up. We've hit the calendar in November here. Amazing already.
Yes.
It's starting to get cool and darker out there earlier. But, as Williston's a commercial hub for shopping, especially Taft's Corners area, and there's always concern this time of year about theft taking place, whether it's retail in a store or someone, while they're shopping, vehicle being robbed. I don't know if you could talk about kind of things to be aware of what the police department's doing with this coming up.
What we want people to do is, when you enter in a shopping area, lock your vehicles up. If you got gifts in there, put them in the trunk. Don't give that opportunity for somebody to break your windows and steal your property. Be concerned. Likewise, we're seeing that, and next week we actually are meeting with a large group of the business community to talk about, what are our plans going to be for this holiday season. They're already advertising Christmas stuff. We're not even at Thanksgiving. We haven't even got done Halloween that too much, and it's already the Christmas songs, the Christmas decorations. But we're seeing that a lot of people, in so much of a hurry, they forget to lock their vehicles. So that's number one. Lock your vehicles up. If you have other gifts, secure them someplace in the trunk if you can. If you have a hatchback, cover them up with something. Put a dock blanket over it and all that. Don't give that person who thinks they're going to be able to steal that opportunity. And why? If they see it and it looks something expensive, they're going to break the window if it's locked. So hide it. Don't give them that opportunity. Likewise, I'm asking the business communities to be a little more, visible in the sense that you're going to, prosecute shoplifting, retail theft. We've noticed that, again, just like with the motor vehicle crashes, we're averaging 1 to 5 reported thefts a day.
Wow.
And again, that's why I'm trying to educate the business community that we need to work together. We have to have a partnership, and why not we start doing directive patrols within the, have officers get out of the cruisers, walk around in uniform, be visible, go through the shops, so people can see us in there. So, and likewise, just get outside the business district, the commercial area, but your homes, with all the deliveries coming in, FedEx, UPS, those type of things. Don't have somebody to collect it, or have it given to a neighbor that will hold it for you, because, if the opportunity is there, the crooks, the bad people, the bad guys are going to go their best and go up to your porch and grab it and go.
Yeah, with that online shopping, it's grown year after year, and I think I saw this morning somewhere some of the major online companies are offering free shipping and things like that. So I can only imagine that it's going to be more volume this holiday season too.
Yeah, and again, work something out with the delivery service. Whoever you're ordering, if there's a time frame that it can be delivered, then have that when you're going to be home, or your kids are going to be home, so somebody can accept that package. Don't leave it on your front porch or your back deck or something. The criminals, they, the ones we interview, we ask them, hey, how come you picked that? He goes, it's a chance. We go there, we see it, we'll take the chance that there's nobody there, we can get the package and all that.
Jeez. Well, sounds like PD's got a good plan for the holiday season coming up, but it sounds like folks out there, if you see something, say something, right?
That's right. That's it doesn't have to be where, it's terrorists, but, protect your neighbors. Because if you protect your neighbors, they'll protect you. But,
yeah.
And what we need, a good description. If you see something, like you say, see something, say something. The biggest thing that can help us is a color of the vehicle and the plate number. And if you get partial plate numbers, we can run that partial plate numbers with the color. We might come up with the vehicle. So it works to our benefit to do that.
And kind of pivoting off that, work the department's doing these past few months, this past year, is a neighborhood watch program in town. I know a number of neighborhoods have signed up, and if you want to share a little bit about what that program is all about.
we decided, we had the signs, and, I think because of the growth of the community residentially, and there's more being planned, and we're not the gated community or, the cul-de-sacs and all that, but most people get up in the morning and leave, and they come back late at night from work. And I think we need to get them to understand more about, protecting their neighborhoods. And neighborhood watch is a good way of doing it. We started off small. It has grown. We're having a meeting in 2 weeks on the 20th to bring more people in and see if they want. My theory is I'm an old timer, and I believe in walking the beat and getting out in the community, and that's what community policing is. But if growing up, we had, we knew everybody in our neighborhood. Everybody was out on their front decks or in their front yards. The kids played together, and then all of a sudden we shut the doors. We built bigger houses and bigger yards, and we got away from knowing our neighbors. This is a way of bringing neighbors back to be neighbors, and watching out for other people's property. And I think, I think we've got a good buy-in. Officer Logan Young is one of my officers who has spearheaded this for me. And I think it's really, really good, and we've gotten some good buy-ins from the community. And I think put the community back in the community. And likewise, we can, as this grows, I would like to see working towards, tying in the business community to a neighborhood watch.
So sounds like a great program. If a neighborhood isn't involved right now and they want to be, what should they do?
Just call the station.
Okay.
Call our number 878-6611. Ask for Logan Young. Leave a message for him, and he will get back in touch with you. If not, and when you see this, Tuesday night, the 20th, at our community room in our PD. The time has not been set. We have a time worked out. We haven't locked in the time, but it'll be in the evening hours, probably around 7 o'clock that night in our community room. And if you want information, you want to listen to it, come to the PD and sign up.
Great. I'll plan to put something on the town website and social media too.
Yeah, I will lock in the time now that we got the room, because space is in demand.
Yes, this time of year.
And but I will speak with Officer Young tomorrow morning and lock in a time, and I'll get you the right time so we can get the people. And it's good. And I'm happy with the business community for next week. I think we'll have a good discussion, and hopefully we'll come up with a good game plan that we're all on the same page and we're all working for the common good. Because, again, dealing with retail theft is that, the more and more they face losses, more and more prices go up.
Yeah. So
the people who are responsible are being, victimized because they have to pay more for property that other people are stealing. So, that's a good way of, supporting these type of, events we want to do and ideas.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's about everything we had on our list we talked about. Chief, anything else you wanted to add? Well,
no, again, I just, my first year went by very fast. It's in law enforcement, I enjoy the job. 42 years in the profession, the last 32 as a police chief. This is my third department that I've run. I think I've got a good track record of running police departments, and I think I have an excellent group of employees, both the police officers and my civilians. We have our community justice program, restorative justice, that's really done well, and they're very busy. So it's a group effort, You know, there's no I in police work. It's us, and you know, I'm there to lead them, give them directions, and provide a very valuable service of protecting the community of Williston. And I want to thank you for allowing me to be here today.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Chief. And thanks for everything you and your team are doing for the community out there. It's really important.
Thank you very much.
So, thank you. Next this month, as we are preparing for winter, it's a great time to assess our home energy efficiency. My next guest is Lynn Blevins of Sustainable Williston to talk about the button-up program taking place all around the state. Lynn, thanks so much for coming on.
Nice to be here.
So what is buttoning up your home?
Well, buttoning up can be a range of activities. It can be something that the homeowner does themselves, like applying weather stripping, or it can be more involved, something like adding attic insulation, where you'd really want some professional assistance.
So what are some things you can do in your home to button it up?
Well, it depends somewhat on your home characteristics and the kind of heating and cooling system that you have. But some common ways to button up your home are caulking windows, replacing old thermostats with new smart thermostats, and insulating your hot water heater and the pipes that go to and from your hot water heater. And so we have an example on the Button Up website of a Vermonter doing just that.
Nice. Yeah, we'll take a look at that video now. That was a really interesting example to see how someone can button up in their home the hot water heater. And there's a number of other videos on the Button Up website with these simple do-it-yourself tasks that people can look at to help work towards this energy efficiency in their home. Kind of looking at the broader picture, Lynn, why is this important?
Well, first of all, buttoning up your home increases the comfort of your home. There are less drafts, and it also reduces the cost of heating and cooling your home because you're reducing the amount of energy that you need to heat and cool your home.
Absolutely.
Transportation and buildings account for most of the energy that we use in Vermont. So making our buildings more efficient goes a long way towards meeting our statewide energy goals. And also it reduces our reliance on fossil fuels like oil and gas, which is an important part of mitigating climate change.
These are just things everyone can do to do their part, right, in the climate change work. And they look like it's really, really accessible and a good place to start, what we've looked at
It's
here.
a win-win all around for the homeowner and the environment.
So how would someone get started? What resources are available for someone wanting to jump into this?
Yep, so for starters, there's a checklist on the Button Up website, and that has some very easy things that you can do right now as the cold weather is approaching. For example, you could go around to all of your windows, make sure that the sash locks are in working order and that they're in the locked position so that your windows are tight. Another thing that you could do now is make sure that any window air conditioners are either removed or sealed up so that you don't have air coming in the window where the air conditioners are.
Yeah, I guess it's finally safe to say we won't need the air conditioners anymore this season.
I think that
After
is very...
a lot of use this summer.
It's a safe bet.
I know the Button Up website has a number of resources on it. What are some other things someone can find by visiting that webpage?
On the Button Up website, you can find a list of 7 activities that help you button up your home. They're a little bit more involved than the ones that I just mentioned there, but they are DIY activities, do-it-yourself activities. If homeowners complete 3 of the 7 activities listed on the website, they are eligible for up to a $100 rebate back from Efficiency Vermont.
And there's another piece, too, of the home energy walkthrough program that Sustainable Williston has been able to set up for residents this year.
Yes, we're very excited about this year. Sustainable Williston is a community partner to Button Up, which means that Williston residents are eligible for a free home walkthrough this year. Williston is one of 18 towns that is participating in this level of Button Up. And so that means that Williston residents can, by completing a survey about their home, some characteristics of their home and their heating and cooling systems, they will be contacted by Building Energy, who's our professional energy contractor, partnering with us. And Building Energy will come do a walk through their home to point out opportunities for buttoning up that we may not, as homeowners, realize are there.
Yeah.
And so it's another level up that homeowners can do and take advantage of this opportunity.
Yes, it sounds like a great program for residents to take advantage of here, and we're fortunate to have it this year, and it's something they can, way to save money, way to help combat climate change. Just sounds like a win-win situation for folks to take advantage of.
Definitely.
So I know some things are planned this month, some events for the community to talk more about this work. Share what's on schedule?
Yes, we have 2 events this month. The first one is on Wednesday the 14th at 7 o'clock in the library. This is a workshop on cold climate heat pumps. You may have seen these around in businesses and in homes. They run on electricity and they extract heat from the air. So there's no fossil fuels or oil and gas involved. They're also quite quiet and they can work in reverse, so they can be a source of cooling in the summer. The second workshop is on Wednesday the 28th, again at 7 o'clock at the library, and this is a button-up weatherization workshop. So a speaker from Efficiency Vermont will go over ways to button up, from do-it-yourself projects to some of the more involved projects that would require a professional. At either of these events, residents can sign up for the free home walkthrough.
Oh, nice. And we've had those both on the screen here too. So it's Wednesday, November 14th and Wednesday, November 28th at 7 p.m. at the library in the village.
Yes.
It sounds like some great programming for residents to take advantage of here. And we're just about out of time, Lynn, but I wanted to have you share a little bit more about Sustainable Williston and how someone can get involved and what the organization does.
Sustainable Williston is a volunteer organization. It's open to anyone who works or lives in Williston. Our focus is on conserving natural resources, including energy. We also focus on waste reduction and improving Williston's environment overall. If anyone's interested in that, I invite you to check out our website at sustainablewilliston.org and join one of our meetings.
Nice. Well, thanks so much for coming on this month, Lynn, and thanks for sharing the work of Sustainable Williston and the Button Up program. Some great things are in store in November and beyond, so I hope residents will take advantage of these opportunities that are out there for them.
It's my pleasure.
Thanks, Lynn.
Thanks.
Finally this month, let's take a look at some things going on around town, what we like to call our Community Notebook segment. So a reminder, the second tax payment of the fiscal year is due by November 15th. You can pay in person at the town clerk's office, by mail, or via the drop box at the back of the town hall attached to the clerk's office in the village. Winter's coming up. The town parking ban is in effect December 1st. And it will last until April the 1st of 2019. The parking ban hours are 11 p.m. through 7 a.m., and this is in effect for all town roads. Coming up in November, the town offices are closed a few days. Monday the 12th in observance of Veterans Day, Thursday the 22nd for Thanksgiving Day, and Friday the 23rd for the day after Thanksgiving. Williston Police and Williston Fire are always open. Reminder, the town's on social media. Follow us on Twitter at TownWillistonVT, or like us on Facebook. And as always, if you have feedback or segment ideas for What's Up Williston, my name's Erik Wells. I'm assistant to the town manager. There's my email address and phone number. Please feel free to give me a call, stop by, give me an email, chat. Always looking for feedback and new ideas for the show. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this month. If you tune in for our next episode, will premiere on December the 13th. And thanks to Aiden, our director, for helping out behind the scenes here today. I'm Erik Wells, and I'll see you around town. Thanks.